So if you ever decide to play this game on PC, make sure you quickly switch the resolution because it set my other windows to pound down. We start the game off with a cutscene that would give Titanic survivors PTSD and give people who cried at Jack London going to the Titanic movie some more PTSD. I have not seen that movie, by the way, but we did take a tumble, unfortunate. We then wash up on shore and see the gang all conversing about the situation, talking even, conversating even, but as we start to cry for help, we get hit with the right hook of a lifetime. We then wake up and God knows whatever this is, but luckily for us, we were not right like the other guys because they can't see. We can for some reason. I don't know why, but we then start to, swing back and forth in our little cocoon here, burn this guy, skeleton. I'm sorry, skeletons aren't real people. I'm sorry. And we also burn ourselves and fall onto a piece of rebar. Now, this is very early on. You'll hear me say this a lot. But remember this little wound here, because this will come back at some point in the game. I remember it, and I was confused on why the fuck it took so long to get to this piece of rebar, but it does. Yep, no, this is an important plot point later on. But anyway, we get to this game's first ever puzzle after blowing up a red barrel and getting grabbed by a guy who apparently just wanted to talk. But once again, we'll get to that later. Yeah, like I said, well, you'll hear this a lot. Now, this puzzle is super easy, and I will go more in depth with the puzzles later on, and because they are a prevalent part of specifically these games. But when I say in other games, these fucking puzzles get funky and weird, they do get weird. But you just gotta burn some ropes, burn some boxes, stand on the lift so then the boxes land in the carton, and then push them out so they blow up the hole in the wall. We then have to run out of the area because this bitch falling apart. I'm gonna leave a counter across this entire game and all games for us running out of a building falling apart, a cave, a bridge, anything that's falling apart. We have to run out of it. There will be a tick counter at the top of the screen, so we can play a game here for this first one. You're gonna play a game, right? Every time you see a building fall over and you see a tick on that counter, take a shot. I dare you. I triple dog dare you. Or something, I don't know. Maybe some of y'all aren't even legal to do that, but we bought because you can only, there can only be so many, right? But then we run across the guy who somehow escaped the first cave in and grabs us. He just wants to help us, but we politely decline with a boot to his teeth and he gets crushed to death. Now, I'm gonna go on my rant on this guy. This is the remember him part because who even is he? Because I swear we never see him or mention him ever again, and there's not even repercussion for killing him, by the way. It's not like we really had a choice, but we don't know who he is, why he had something on the ceiling with other people who I'm assuming he let starve to death. Unless this is the same guy who hooked us and he's actually trying to help once again. But we don't know who this guy is or why he was here. He just kind of shows up. And this is an issue with this game, but we'll get there later on as well. This is like endgame type shit. But after we leave, we get to this game's title card. And this is only in the first 12 minutes of me recording the gameplay. Not the video, of course. We're only in the first 3 minutes. I don't know where we are right now. This is the first time I've recorded one of these, and yeah. But I'm so sure that this is the only game to ever start like this, and I was kind of in shock. I was like, damn, this is crazy. But moving on, we start to make our way through this island. We climb on a plane, and once again we fall, and so does. I'm not gonna restart. We're too far in. And we fall, and so does the plane we're climbing. We walk some more, and we find Sam's bag. I think because she was the last one with the camcorder. I think. We also find a singular match and a walkie-talkie, which has the same property as other games where you only hold the button in cutscenes and any other time you can just talk to them. I have something else, but we'll get back to that later. We start we start to we start to follow the supplies. Jesus fuck. We start to follow the supplies but take a tumble that would only kill anyone in real life. We then find and make our first campsite ever, and we watch this film slash flashback. Now, I'm not going to fully talk about these because you should play this game yourself and check my VOD channel for the full playthrough, where it'll probably mostly non-commentary because I have my mic muted, but, you should look at it anyway. But I want to talk about the character lineup we have here. Sam is like the person who we're trying to save because she's goofy and she's not the worst. Not even close, actually. But she is kind of like the main person we're trying to save, but we'll get to that. If you played the game, you'll know why. We then have Reyes, who is capable and smarter than most, who later on in the game gets a little we'll get to her. She'll roller coaster. We then have Alex as a tech nerd who honestly is a really good character. However, he doesn't get a lot of screen time and it's unfortunate, but he is like a little tech nerd. He's just that guy. Roth, who is the leader, and Laura will glaze him for the entire game, by the way. I'm not even joking. And I mean, like, the entire beginning half of the game and near the end. Like, I don't know what his relevance to the group is other than just being the main leader guy. That's about all I know about him, and I played the game, mind you, and I still don't know what his purpose is, but whatever. We then have Grim, who I'm gonna be honest, out of every single character in this game, he is the most underutilized. He is super fucking funny and is probably, in my opinion, the best character in this entire game. Maybe the entire series. I don't know. But he's such a cool dude, and it's unfortunate. Yeah. And then there's Jonah, who, I'm gonna be honest, he shouldn't have came back for the second or third game. It's not that I hate him, but, like, he puts up with way too much shit to be, like, just walking on by. Like, Jonah, it sticks around for way too long. Like, he shouldn't have. He shouldn't have. Listen, after the second game, he should have left. That's all I'm going to say. After that one, he should have been like, you know what, fuck that, we're leaving. And then there's Whitman, who I will go ahead and say it, the worst character in the game. Not even close. Like, he's a straight up dickhead, and you'll see why here in a bit. But in this scene, he's saying that he's in the right since the book. What? He's saying that he's right since the book said so, where we're going, apparently. Apparently, he has a book that says where we're supposed to be going, but Laura knows more than him. But everyone's saying we shouldn't follow the book, but follow Laura, since the people in the book haven't found Yamatai, as a matter of fact. They're saying they know where it is, but they haven't found it. And Laura is claiming to know more than them. It's better than having a guess, but, having the book doesn't. That made no sense, but hold on. Having a book of people who don't know where the fuck to go, and then having someone who actually has an idea on where to go, it's an idea. You should just go there. He throws a fit, gets upset, and goes, "Fine, you guys will be sorry." And I guess we will, huh? But move on. We come back to and we make a move for some food. We find a dead guy who, like everyone we've seen so far, hung up and a dead body. He then also has a bow for us, which was, yeah, the bow. Oh, always stay. I suck with it, I'll be honest. After a certain point in the game, I just start using only guns. I won't lie to you. I am a 2-pack of ass with this bow. But we hunt for some food. And as we're eating, someone finally hears our pleas for help on the walkie-talkie. Roth. He says he's sent on SOS and that we need to get to him since that's where the group will be reconvening at. All joining back up. And apparently, I guess we're the only person who landed alone. Aside from Sam and Roth, apparently. But we'll get to that. When we get back up and moving, the door we walked by in the beginning is now magically open and has ominous singing coming from it. So, like any white girl in a horror movie, we go climbing down there. And we get some really shitty looking pickaxe, which is supposed to be like the ice pick, but it's doo-doo ass. And then we climb back up to the other side. We then meet back up with Sam and a guy named Matthias, who I will spoil right now is a bad dude. But funny enough, he isn't worse than Whitman, which is a high bar. You have to do a lot of things to be worse than Whitman, and they do some pretty shitty things. Sam was talking about the Sun Queen, and it was mid, so we passed out. She's just yapping, honk shoe even, and we wake up to see both Sam and Matthias are gone. As you went to go look for them, we stepped into a bear trap, and we get the animal attack that all these games have, and this is the most tame one. It's not even close. Like, we get to fucking, like, fighting bears and jaguars in the later. I will spoil it right now. The games get fucking crazy. It's just 3 wolves, though. They jump at us in slow motion, and we have to shoot arrows at their skull. Pretty easy work. But once we wrap that up, our group finds us and helps us out. We then split up as me and Whitman look for Roth, and everyone else will look for Sam. Which didn't make a whole lot of sense, but whatever, I guess. Whitman claims to go look ahead, like he's gonna go and do something as we let our foot heal. While nothing is happening right now, I just want to say something about this game because I don't know if the other games do this, but whenever we walk around, there's a screen shake and it's really stupid. And I don't know why it's in the game. I don't know why. It's like Laura got so much clapback back there that it's shaking the entire screen. Okay, I'll stop. I'm sorry. I had to make one joke. I had to make one. Hey, you can't get mad at me. Okay, we were all looking at it while we were playing. Yeah. I caught all y'all on 4K. Yep. Hang it up. Yep. You're cooked. You're cooked. You're cooked. You're cooked. And you're cooked. But anyway, we have to upgrade our axe so we can open the gate. I accidentally found a cave, and I was gonna go over it since this is where a good portion of the weird puzzles are, and I do that at the very, like, ending portion of the video. But when I went into the beginning of the game, it was bugged, and apparently in the script that I'm reading right now, I did not write down the puzzle solution. So yeah, I don't have it. You will have to go Google it, or you can watch my VOD channel to see how I solved it. I was there for a while. It was grim. It was grim. We got a whole lot of salvage and opened the gate, and there it is. This is the scene right here that pissed me off so much. But the scene will be talked about after it happens.
Mine.
Come, quickly. Your friends are hurt.
Yes, probably by them.
Get back.
They can't be trusted. You still have a gun.
I don't want any trouble.
No.
We'll come.
No.
But I insist that afterwards you take us to whoever's in charge.
What are you doing?
Be quiet.
No.
I'm handling this.
No.
No. Please.
Get off.
Just go along with them, Lara. Do whatever they say.
Дай меня пистолет. Иди. Пошла.
So after all this, now we're in the hands of a handsy Russian guy. Also, can someone tell me who this guy is? Like, I'm watching the video back and I have no clue on who he is. Because, like, he's acting like he knows who we are, but I don't even know who he is. Who is that? Is he like a side character on the board? I just don't know. But it doesn't really matter. He gets a bullet in his spinal cord and we get told not to move, and we do the opposite. And this is where I wanted to talk about something from the intro. When you get killed in the game, it is fucking brutal. Like, this is my first death of the entire game, and when I got killed, I was in shock. Like, damn. I don't remember if he failed the Q2 in the cave. It shows one of the craziest death scenes I've seen in a while. Also, side note, that one guy in the cave that claims he wants to help us will kill you when he grabs you if you don't finish the thing. So I guess my rant doesn't really matter. So I guess he was just a psychopath or whatever. He was all anyway. But we kill the Russian weird guy, and Laura starts to lose it because this is the first person she's had to kill here. Which then makes the scene beforehand really weird because she aimed the bow at that one dude when they were ready to, like, just straight up, like, jump her. She wasn't gonna kill him. She wasn't. But anyway, we get access to the handgun after we kill him, and we start to fight our way out. This is where I realized the walkie-talkie had funny properties. We stealth kill some people, put a few more arrows in skulls, and we do a funny little wall climb. When we get to the top, we find Roth with some leg missing due to a rising wolf population. He says the wolf took his food bag and also it had the meds in there for his leg, so we had to go and get it. I start to miss the other games since we couldn't climb the walls yet, but it was fine for now. This is the part where we get back on the animals for whatever reason. We stuff Roth's bag into our bag and we get ambushed by a single wolf who gets the work. We get the stuff back to Roth and he says we have to get to the radio tower to broadcast an SOS to some people. I don't know, and since I had 1/4 a leg, we had to be the ones who do it. I'm sorry, since he had the one, but I have all my legs. Sorry, bad joke. And we finally get to the fucking climbing axe, and I will say it's super refreshing. Wait, hold on. So in the other two games, I'm not sure about Rise, but we have 2 climbing axes. So when we pull one out of the wall, we have something to hold on to. But in this game, we just use our hand, which seems really dumb. But once again, I'm not here to compare. I'm here to just point out stupid shit. And also, I don't know if this works. I doubt it, but we ball. But we climb to the top of the hill, fight some people as we make our way to the radio building. Jesus. It's all the water. All the water in my veins. All the water in my bones. We find out at the campsite, so we review some footage, and it shows that Reyes might be having an affair. And she has kids, which is even weirder. But like I said, I don't know the relationship. I don't know if they're dating or something, and I just don't know. But it isn't really explained or talked about ever again, unless I just missed a piece of lore. I'll have to go look, maybe, I don't know. We then have the scene with Whitman being a baby again, but yeah, it's boring. Let's move on. We clear out the radio building and have another puzzle, and a guy who thinks we're gassing the room to kill ourselves. We then instead commit a crime against the Geneva Convention. We acquired the SMG/rifle, and you could kill the guy, but I thought it would be merciful, but instead my actions have consequences, and he starts snitching, that little pussy bitch. We open the door and are ambushed, but we slaughter everybody. The control panel for the radio station is busted, so Alex says we're gonna have to climb the tower. Which, I'm gonna be honest, I can never do, because It was made when Toys R Us was still open. We open the building, we see it's snowing, which isn't the biggest concern since we are crossing a bridge. Since as we are crossing a bridge, an actual psycho tries to pull us to our death. Which, here's my question, what was he even doing here? And what if we both fell down, you goofy? We do some more clearing as we get our first mini-boss, a 0.75 KD playing in MW3. Now, you're asking, how do I know his KD is so low? And to that I say, I slide his fade with ease. I switched my suit at some point because I really liked it. Reminded me of Ripley from Alien. You will get your video soon. I promise you, it won't be the next video I do on this because the next video I have planned is Callisto. Listen, I'm sorry. Listen, that's a 14-hour game, man, okay? Alien is a 14-hour game. That is a lot of reading, script writing. Like, this took me 2 months, by the way. And this was a 6-hour-long game. You think hell no. We made our way to the top of the tower. Remind me a bit of the movie Fall, but we fix the frequency and get our matches off. Now, we TP down a bit, and we find a rope to zip line down. And I was confused on how we got it there, because there's no way this should be here. But we blew up some gas tanks after we got our fire starter, and we get the plane's attention. But through some way of magic, it gets blown out of the air due to a random strike of lightning, which you can hear some little girls saying, "We can't leave." Ooh. If it couldn't get worse, the plane starts to fall on us as we escape. As we escape, we find the pilot, and he gets rocked by a wild shooter because he didn't have thermites. She took care of it, escaping the falling building. I had another tick to that counter, yeah. Yeah, 2 in 1 part? Yeah, you're cooked. And move over to part 2.